Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Horror Review. And today, if it's not too obvious by my setup here, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Halloween Kills and reviewing it. Okay, if you don't know how these goes, first off, I'm going to start off with the non-spoiler review, then move into the spoiler territory further into the video. But let's go and have a little recap of what's going on with the previous movies before, because, you know, this one's been out for 40 years, and this one's been out at least, I'd say, 3 or 4 years. So if you didn't know, Halloween Kills, it's a sequel to the 2018 Halloween, which is a direct sequel to the original 1978 Halloween. Alright, getting into the non-spoiler review, we going to get this started. So overall, I thought it was one of the best Halloween sequels, because there are some pretty bad ones. I'm looking at you, fucking Busta Rhymes. You and your stupid fucking kung fu bullshit. I'd like to hook some fucking jumper cables to your nuts and shock the fuck out of you. Alright, my hate for Halloween Resurrection aside, we're going to get into this review for Halloween Kills, the non-spoilers. So I thought it was a good movie. I had first time I watched it on Peacock here at home. Then tonight at the theater, so after watching it 2 times, I was able to pick up on some things and get a better idea of how I'd review it. Loved it a lot with them bringing back some of the characters who were in the original 78 movie. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if all of them were, but I know pretty much most of them were the original actors from the original movie. And we'll get more into those, talking about those characters later on in the spoiler review territory. But, you know, like I said, as for a Halloween movie, which there's been some bad ones, it's one of the best. It's up there with the 2018 one, I'd say. But there was some small things I didn't like, which I'll explain deeper into in the spoilers territory later in the video. But overall, it was a good movie. It was fun. I thought there were some funny parts, good characters. I'm trying to think of any more I could say without going too much into the plot and story. I mean, well, here's one. Mask design. I thought the mask design was pretty cool, having the burnt look to it. I'm wanting to get one from Trick or Treat Studios here sometime. Let's see. The score and soundtrack was pretty amazing. You know, it's John Carpenter and his son, Cody, and Daniel Davies. Three of them worked on the score. And, you know, I love most of John Carpenter's scores for his movies. Halloween is the best, in my opinion. Alright, so I think it's time we'll be getting into the spoilers territory. So if you have not seen it yet, you know, I'll give you some time to click off the video so you come back and watch it after you've seen it. I'll give you 10 seconds. And then we're in spoiler territory. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now if you're still on here, you don't mind the spoilers, so we're going to get into it. Alright, so the movie starts off Haddonfield on Halloween night in 1978, which I thought was cool, with having some flashbacks of new footage shot. At least I think. Let me make sure I'm not getting it wrong. Let me think. I saw it 2 times in a row, last night and tonight, so give me a second while I beat my head with this very sharp object, and this is probably very dangerous, please don't try this at home. So the movie opened with Haddonfield on Halloween night in 1978, following Officer Hawkins, who is chasing after Michael in 78, and we stumble across the character of Lonnie, who is from the 78 movie, the little boy who runs into Michael in that one shot with that awesome, that piece of music, he's running off after him, and a few other kids were bullying Tommy in the original. No, that little boy. Some of you might know who I'm talking about. If not, I'll put up a picture or something. And so it goes to him, and he's being picked on by these kids, but, he goes to the cops. They need to get home because Michael's going around killing people. And he's running home. He trips and falls, and Michael comes up behind him. He sees him, but he curls up in a ball because he's scared. But then Michael's gone, and the couple of officers find him. But it's Hawkins and his partner. And so they're at the Myers house. They go in looking for Michael. And Hawkins' partner is talking about how he used to play with them when they were kids. And all Michael would do is just be in his sister's room, standing, staring out her window. And so he goes and he stares out that very window until Michael jumps out and pins him against the wall and tries to choke him out. So Hawkins comes, tries to shoot Michael. Somehow shoots his partner in the throat. Then we get Sam Loomis. It looks like they might have done some digital stuff to put Donald Pleasant's face on an actor and dubbed in his lines digitally somehow. But it looked amazing. It looked just like him. I'm not sure how they did it. And all the police, they have Michael surround him. That is where it would end, and that he would be taken away. And Loomis is about to shoot Michael, but Hawkins feels bad and stops him, which leads in to the credits, which are fucking awesome. I feel like I messed this up though, because there was a scene, it showed a Cameron, Allison's boyfriend, walking down and sees Officer Hawkins on the ground after he had been stabbed. And this is where, "You were wrong, Mr. James A. Janice. Hawkins is still alive, buddy. You counted him and your fucking kill count as dead. You were wrong. How dare you lie to me?" But Cameron's calling for help because he found Hawkins still alive, bleeding out from his neck where Dr. Sartain in the previous movie, which led to that where he stabbed him in the neck and led to that stupid scene of him standing up with the fucking mask on. Oh my god. That is the one part of that movie that I remember seeing it and I was like, excuse me? What the fuck is going on? But yeah, let's get that right. And then that would lead into the flashback I just covered a second ago. Then cut back to the present, Halloween night 2018. Goes to a bar where, if you remember the little scene from the previous movie, where a couple dressed as a nurse and doctor get in their car and Michael stops in front of them. They're in a bar here. And we soon find out that also Tommy Doyle, Marion Chambers, Lonnie, and Lindsay Wallace are there at the bar. And Tommy goes on to tell everyone the story of the night back 40 years ago and proceeds to give a toast, wishing Lori the best. And then it cuts to that scene from the little teaser, that first teaser we saw where they're in the back of the truck and the fire trucks are coming to put out the fire and all that. Which I'm pretty sure you all know how that goes. We've seen that. They basically showed the whole fucking scene of Michael killing the firefighters and everything in the previews. That whole fucking scene. So that scene goes on. He kills the firefighters. We then cut to the hospital where they're loading Lori up on a stretcher and taking her in. And, she's lost a lot of blood. She's out of it. Cameron soon meets back up with Allison there at the hospital. There's a surgery scene with Lori for, all those people who don't like medical gore. Gotta freak you out a bit. But, then, I can't remember his name, but he should have been in these movies way more. That sheriff dude. The dude in the black suit with the cowboy hat. Looks like a badass. But there's one of the deputies talking to Allison, and he's talking to her mom, Lori's daughter, Karen, and reveals to him that Michael is still alive. And they don't like that one bit. And so Allison and Cameron, before that, they found out there at the bar, they saw on the news where people have been murdered and they're assuming it's Michael Myers. And this is where my least favorite part of the movie comes into play. I don't know, but I just don't like this part right here. So the couple, the nurse and doctor couple, that they're dressed up, they go to leave. The girl gets in the car. She says she thinks she saw Michael Myers in the back of her car. Then it cuts to, Tommy comes out after they go in saying that with the baseball bat, goes to hit the car. But then it's weird because, if you've watched these movies, Michael is a pretty damn good driver. Because instantly this car, it's going all over the place, swerving. Then you hear the radio station changing. It's like, since when does Michael give a fuck about music when stealing a car? That's a fishy part. But then you see it's not fucking Michael. It's this dude looks like he could pass as being the fucking Penguin from Batman. He's the other escape patient from the sanitarium or whatever. From Smith's Grove or whatever. But then there's back to the hospital. They're going out, deciding to stick together, form groups to try and find Michael and take him down and all that. And so Allison goes with Cameron and Lonnie and Tommy and Lindsay and all them to go out and search. And Allison's gone, and because Karen wanted Allison to stay there with Lori. And so Lori's waking up and asks where Allison is, and Karen, lies because she doesn't want her getting upset. So she lies to her, saying that she's probably just outside, and says Michael's telling her that they got Michael and all that. But, then we go to the group with Marion Chambers, Lindsay Wallace, and the two couple. I didn't catch their name. They were really, honestly, nobody characters. So who cares? And so they stop because they see some kids on a playground, which we had previously seen earlier. My favorite two minor characters in this movie. Fucking Big John and Little John. These two dudes who are gay or something living in the old Myers house. These kids come and prank them and steal all their candy. I don't know, I love Big John and Little John. Good comic relief. Like the cops in the previous movie that were watching guard outside Lori's house. Similar thing going on here. They... Back to the part where they see the kids on the playground, they go up and tell them it's not safe, they need to get home. And you've seen this in the trailers. They showed a lot of this in the trailers, except for the actual killing part, but the part where they're saying that there's this guy playing hide and seek with us, saying peekaboo, we're not 3. Little middle school kids being smart asses. That's when Michael comes out, and we don't get to see the body, but I'm assuming the third fucking kid is dead, because he comes out and he has the bloody skeleton Shamrock mask that they had there in an Easter egg. The 3 kids had him, and he comes out, he has it in his hand, and it's all bloody, and I'm guessing he killed that third kid. The kids take off running, and he starts attacking the car that Marion and the 2 nobodies are still in there, because Lindsay went out to tell the kids. Soon, Marion decides to be a terrible shot and wastes all her bullets, which gets her stabbed and killed. The one guy, he decides he's going to try and get him. He tries to choke him out with some rope. He gets stabbed right in the fucking eye. And I don't know, it seemed so goofy when he died. I don't know, it was goofy. And then his fucking girlfriend or something shows off her terrible gun skills as well. When he kicks the door back into her and she fires the gun off, shoots herself in the fucking head. So Lindsay tries to beat Michael with a pillowcase or something full of bricks, but he grabs her and tries to choke her, but she messes up his mask and takes his mask off partially, which she doesn't like his face being seen, so he throws her to the ground and she gets away and hides. Soon after, Tommy, Lonnie, Allison, and Cameron find Lindsay, so they take her to the hospital. And that's when Tommy comes in and ruins the whole secret. He goes and tells Lori. And so the badass Lori is, she's had enough of this shit. She gets up and injects herself with some very good medicine that takes the pain away. And then hell breaks loose in the hospital. We're back to that random sanitarium character again. For some reason, they think this short, fat guy is Michael. Like, you've got to be kidding me. This is the part that honestly bothered me. It was so stupid. Like, it was a good movie, but this one part was so stupid. They ultimately chase him up. He ends up jumping out a window, killing himself. The effects look great. Brain splattered all over the concrete, but it's just so stupid. But then we go back to Big John and Little John, my 2 favorite characters, and somebody's knocking on their door. They think it's the kids again, so they go and then the knocking's at the front door. So Big John gets a golf club. He's ready to fuck some people. He's ready to fuck up some kids. But that's when they realize Little John made the stupid choice of leaving the back door open, and they see a bloody handprint, which is clearly not little kids. So they go searching for Michael. Big John with his little knife, Little John with his big knife. And ultimately Michael kills Big John. And it was probably one of my favorite kills in this movie. He stabs him in the armpit and gouges out his eyeballs. And it's fucking graphic and spurty and all that shit. But then Little John comes in and sees that Big John has been murdered by Big Daddy Michael, and realizes that Michael had come home to his old house and whatnot, and proceeds to kill Little John off screen with a scream and stabbing sounds. So then we cut to Allison, Cameron, and his dad Lonnie talking about how Michael's making a path that leads back to his childhood home. So they go there, which was the residence a Big John and Little John, which they go in. Lonnie decides to go in by herself. They hear gunshots. Cameron and Allison go in. They're searching. They discover the bodies of Big John and Little John, set up like a picture they took while some record is playing in the background. Michael set it up all this way. Mind games, I guess. So when she's in there trying to get the knife out of Little John's body, Cameron's out looking, looks up, feels blood drip on him. His dad is crushed in the attic. That's when Michael pounces. Michael literally comes out of the closet. And Allison comes and she gets some stabs in on him with the knife. But he throws her aside and she goes down the stairs. And that's when he proceeds to stab Cameron and put him through the side wooden rails by the stairs and just beats the living shit out of him. And Allison tries to get him to leave him alone. He ends up coming down the stairs, eventually just snapping his neck. That's when she tries to come at Michael, and we get that scene where he twists her arm around and is holding the knife up to her throat, and she says, "Do it." Her mom comes in, stabs her in the back with a pitchfork that was outside as a decoration, fucking curb stomps Michael's head on the stairs, and proceeds to take off his mask. Michael gets up. He follows her because, he wants his mask back. He doesn't like his face. So he chases her, and it eventually turns out to be a trap. So Tommy and all them gang up on him, apparently thinking they killed him. So they think that's it. So Karen goes back to Allison, who's outside the Myers house. And it cuts to Lori talking to Officer Hawkins in the hospital, saying how it's not just something they could just close their eyes and forget and act like he's not there. And that's when he gets up and pulls a knife out of his back that Karen stabbed him in the back with, and proceeds to kill all of the people who ganged up on him, even fucking killing Tommy, which I think this is the part where I got confused. The ending confused me even though I watched it 2 times. Still kind of confused me. Like, I don't know if he really killed all of them or if it's just not real, because then Karen proceeds to go up to the window where Michael would be looking out of, and he comes up behind her and apparently stabs and kills her, but I don't know if it's real, and I'm not the only one who thought that, because the way Lori was talking made it seem like a metaphor or some shit, like emotional trauma. I don't know. I won't know until the new one, Halloween Ends, comes out, so I don't know about this ending for sure. Alright, so hey guys, this is me while editing. I saw some stuff talking about Halloween Kills because I was looking for some pictures, and I saw something where the director, David Gordon Green, the director, he explained the ending in an interview with IGN. So apparently Michael did kill the group of people, including Tommy Doyle, because he said that specifically, but he did not say that Karen was killed, which I'm taking as an instance she's probably still alive, and saying that it's not supernatural and that really happened, but he is capable of doing incredible things, but not impossible to the point of being supernatural. So I guess he did kill a group of people and Tommy, but he didn't say he killed Karen. So I'm taking that as maybe Karen survived it, and it's going to continue on with showing that in the next one. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But other than that, I thought it was an amazing movie. Great cast of characters. Loved the characters being brought back and all that. Be sure to go see the movie yourself if you ever get a chance. It's on Peacock and it's in theaters. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Horror Review. And if you like the channel and like the content, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, be good and stay spooky. Bye.